Hey, Miss Marion here. We're going to talk about line of best fits for scatter plots. So make sure that you have a note page. It will make a lot more better understanding on that. And we're going to go ahead and go through this. All right, so let's go ahead and define line of best fit. So line of best fit, it is a line drawn on a scatter plot that is close to most of the data points. So if we look at this one here, notice how this line goes through the information as far as the scatter plot. Notice how it doesn't connect the dots like in making a picture, like in elementary school. It actually it's a straight line that goes through most of the dots. Sometimes it does go through points that are on the scatter plot. I try to make them that way, but sometimes they don't. Notice how there's the same amount of points above the line as below the line. So that is what is considered a balanced, good line of best fit, where you have about the same amount of points above, below, and it goes through the information. Again, the line does not have to go through the points, but it can go through the points to make it a lot easier. All right, so let's go ahead and let's kind of learn about a scatter plot itself. So here we have a scatter plot. And this table shows the cost of flying from San Francisco to various cities in the United States. So 0 is San Francisco, and this is the mileage away from San Francisco. And then this is the cost of the plane ticket. Notice how we have an equation here. So it says a computer program found that the line is this here, is a good fit for the data. Use the equation to predict how much an airline ticket will cost for 3,000 miles away from San Francisco. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and put in 3,000 into this equation. So we have y equals 0.136x plus 7.4. Now notice how the distance is the x-axis. So that's where I'm going to put the 3,000. So I'm going to say 0.136. Remember, this is multiplying, and then the 3,000, and then plus 7.4. So let's go ahead, grab your calculator. Let's do that. 0.136 times 3,000 plus, and then 7.4. And we get 415.4. Now remember, this is money, so we're going to make it as 0.0, and we're also going to put a dollar sign with it. So it's going to cost $415.40 for that plane ticket. So we are going to be using line of best fits, and we're also going to be talking about how to get line of best fits. So let's go ahead and look at these ones here, right? We're going to say if these are good or bad. Notice how this line does go through the information. So is this a good line of best fit? Yes, it is. Because in looking at it, there's about the same amount of points above the line and then also below the line. Let's look at B. Does this go through the information also? It does. So we can say, yes, this is a good line of best fit. Okay. And then what about this one? Well, notice how it doesn't really go with the trend. It doesn't go with the flow of it. So we're going to say not good. And then the last one, D, well, it's not even going with it at all. It's like opposite. So this is not good also. So notice how we have different line of best fits, right? And again, it's that line that goes through the data points. Notice how it doesn't have to go through all the points itself. Doesn't have to go through at one point. It just has to go through the information. And again, it needs to be balanced. Same about the stuff above the line versus below the line. All right, so let's go ahead and turn to the back side. We're actually going to make the line of best fit. And so first of all, we need to go ahead and find the slope. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and find the slope. So notice how we have 2 points. We have this point and we have this point. So we have 5, 10, and we have 6, 8. Now remember, our slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 So we're going to have 8 minus 10 over 6 minus 5. 8 minus 10 is negative 2. 6 minus 5, that is a 5, is 1. So our slope is negative 2 over 1. Next, we want to go ahead and we want to find the y-intercept. Remember, the y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis, so that's way up here, right? So our y-intercept is 20. And then our last thing is we want to make a y equals mx plus b line. So ours is y equals, our slope is negative 2 over 1 sitting next to x, and then plus, and then our y-intercept is 20. So this is our line of best fit. Notice how this line has about the same amount of points below the line versus above the line. And it does go through with the information, it goes with the trend. All right, let's go ahead and try this. So this graph shows the line of best fit for the distance bicyclists have remaining in relation to the amount of time that they've been riding. Again, we want to go ahead and we want to make a line of best fit. Notice how we don't have any points whatsoever on here. So the best thing is to go ahead and pick 2 points on this line to go ahead and find our slope. So personally, I'm going to pick this point, right? And that point is 6, 20. And then I'm going to pick this point. So notice how these 2 points actually are on the line. They're also on the grid behind it. This point is about 2, 120. So let's go ahead and find our slope. So remember, our slope is the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, right? So I'm going to say 120 minus 20 over 2 minus 6. 120 minus 20 is 100. 2 minus 6 is negative 4. And then we want to go ahead and simplify that down. So grab your calculator, put it in there, press enter. And then we're going to have negative 25. And then we want to go ahead and find our y-intercept. So our y-intercept is here. Notice how it's in between like the 2 dashes. Notice how every dash goes up 20, right? So that is going to be 170. Let's go ahead and put it together and make it our equation. So we have y equals negative 25. We can also do negative 25 over 1 sitting next to x, and then plus, and then our y-intercept is 170. So notice how all these lines are going down the hill because that's where the data is. Remember, we can also make lines that go up the hill, but these are our line of best fits. So for homework today, you're doing the line of best fit worksheet. Make sure you have that, and it does go into Canvas, so make sure you go ahead and do that. So have a good day. Thanks. Bye.